Hi everybody, welcome back to CEREC 27.5, broadcasting live from Las Vegas. Mike McCarthy here, and we're continuing our editorial review where we are joined by esteemed key opinion leaders, and with us now is the CEO of Sirona Global, Joost Fischer, who's joining the dais. But again, we're very fortunate to have a dear friend of mine, a long-term colleague for almost 2 decades, Gail Weissman, Senior Editor of Dental Product Shopper, otherwise known as the Diane Sawyer of dentistry. Gail, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here. This is an amazing event. I want to congratulate you, Joost.
Thank you.
Just unbelievable. Congratulations on the launch. And I just had a few questions, one of which came from a young doctor that I had lunch with this afternoon. Very enthusiastic. He just purchased a CEREC in May. Just getting used to it, loves it. I guess my question to you is, how would you advise him to proceed? And doctors, you know, someone who's just getting started, immediate upgrade, what's in store from Sirona in terms of upgrading?
We just heard on the leadership side, if keep things simple, give me the order. My suggestion is, as we always say, take the approach of the digital waterfall that we have created, starting with the digital sensor, moving into digital imaging, moving into CEREC, and then combine the technologies. And it makes things easier for you, it makes things faster, and you get a better patient experience. You make money while you do that, and you have fun. I think that are the most important items when considering to do better dentistry or dentistry of the future. And you know, we have all the experts giving you the details on what's good, what's great, but at the end of the day, what helps your customers.
Excellent. Gail, just a point, and I'd love to use our other esteemed experts here. I think community is such a big part, and joining the community. And Dr. Poirier, Imtiaz, would you comment on
100%.
How to get involved with CEREC?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me, and I'm a very biased person in this particular response because I'm one of the co-founders of CERECdoctors.com. We have about 12,000 CEREC owners, and what an online community it is. I mean, the release of the OmniCam, Joost, you'll be pleased to hear. We sent out a blog, an email blast announcing the OmniCam with a video.
Heard about that.
At 10 o'clock this morning, and it's had over 4,000 views.
4,000.
Till now. So in about a week or two, I would say that OmniCam is going to be known by a lot of people. So that community is so strong. As we see it all the time over at the Scottsdale Center with all the CEREC owners that come down for training and such, and it's just, these guys are crazy. They're awesome. I mean, they're so passionate. You saw it today in the lecture. They were just jumping up and clapping. The CEREC community is fantastic.
Yeah, and there's something very special about this group, and what's special about them is it's like they found their purpose in life, which is to make dentistry fun and exciting, but to be able to help their patients in a way that they couldn't help before. But what's also interesting about this community is they have, when they embrace CEREC, it seems that they embrace each other. It's kind of weird. I can't really explain it, but when you think about a community, at the center itself, they'll come and volunteer their time at our courses where we have 35 machines. And there's 35 doctors, but there'll be 9 others that'll come in and say, I want to make sure these guys learn how to do it well. And they fly themselves there. They stay in the hotel, but they want to further the cause of digital dentistry. And so what you saw here is that type of dentist. It's just wonderful. Awesome. I said to Sam, Sam, we don't have enough volunteers. And he smiled and I said, let's create a mentor group. And within 90 days, we had more mentors than the goal that we established. So of course I say to him, like any great CEO would, you obviously set a low goal. So it's really
awesome.
interesting.
Awesome, thanks guys. Gail, what else is on your mind?
Well, I had a specific question for Joost, if you can divulge this. what do you have planned as far as a trade-up program or trade-in, and will you still also be marketing the Blue Cam as well?
Gail, absolutely. We will take care of our good customers. Of course, we know there's a lot of demand from doctors that said, okay, I just bought 3 months ago, and I didn't know what comes. And OmniCam being so much better for me, can you help me? Yes, we can. There will be a trade-up program, and we have experience with that when we moved from Red Cam to Blue Cam. That will be pretty similar. That means doctors can sign up for an upgrade. Patterson will tell you when that will be, but it's certainly within the next 6 weeks. We will deliver probably early next year upgrades, and we will time it the way if you bought in the last 3 months, you're going to get a very, very good deal. If you bought within the last year, you always get a good deal, because we do not want to have unhappy customers, and therefore that's what Sirona stands for, that's what Patterson stands for. We need to make sure our customers are dealt with.
That's terrific.
You know,
Steve Jobs could take a lesson from that.
I was just going to say, Yost, can you have a CEO to CEO talk with Apple? I'd love to do that with iPhones. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, but we're in dentistry, right?
And you know, one of the things that when you're at the center, there's about 4,000 dentists that come through it, and it's a huge responsibility to say to them, get the CEREC, because I know there's going to be new innovation, and they know there's going to be new innovation. And what I've been impressed with, and by the way, in order to keep things clean, they don't pay me. Whenever I speak, I donate that money to education to drive it, so I want to stay totally authentic. And what is always a concern for me is, will they take care of the clients? And in the 6 years that I've been in this game, every path, where it was the faster milling chamber, where it was the new camera, they've always taken care of the customer.
Great.
It's just a wonderful,
Right. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So what else might the dental product shopper readers want to know?
Now, a peek into the future, just wondering if you could give me sort of a 30,000-foot view. What's the focus of your R&D in the next 5 years, say, be with the CEREC system?
When we talk about CAD/CAM, when we talk about the CEREC system, with OmniCam, we created a new platform. And the idea about that is to move CEREC out of like restoration only into a much wider field. When I was talking about treatment center being the centerpiece of a practice, I want to send CEREC right next to it. I want dentists to be able to use their machine for a host of other applications that we even don't think about now, or some of that we have in the planning. So we want to use CEREC as another centerpiece of the practice, and there is a lots of opportunities out there. And you know what? 4.0 enabled us to be faster with additional features. This camera will provide the platform for a lot of more things, and we heard some of them today. We just talk about dealing with insurance companies. We thought about, showing the patient what's really going on. We thought about delegation to assistants to do things before the doctor even gets involved. There's a lot of additional things we can think about. And of course, do not forget, it's not CAD/CAM only. It's the combination of technologies that we will pursue. Center of Innovation, I think we brought this up this morning, is more than just the CAD/CAM side. It's the imaging side. It's the digital side that we have in all of our products. So the combination of technologies is another factor that we will see much more in the coming years.
And I guess you touched on something in a related note. Do you see the new OmniCam as bringing your team in more and being able to, use the system more than they do now?
The ease of imaging is so much that why not delegate more and more to the team members?
Sure.
So that frees up the doctors. The pre-op impression, the opposing scan, the buccal bite, a lot of the design. 4.0 made the design very easy. I mean, I think we're at a point where a dentist can prep the tooth, maybe image the prep if that's what the state law requires, and walk out, let your team do everything else. And you come back, verify either the design or the fit of the restoration, and you're done. Think of the productivity increase that you'll have as an office, and just being able to kind of free up the dentist time.
Great point.
Use your team. And before, sure, you could do that with the blue cam, but there's a learning curve. You got to learn how to powder. You got to learn how to image properly. I mean, that wasn't difficult, but it was certainly more than the OmniCam. You just wave that thing and you're done. Walk out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit. That's all true, but here's the average dentist works with 2 assistants and out of 2 chairs, and they can only be in one place. So there's natural downtime that the team has. So when I'm with a patient, with one treatment coordinator, working with that patient, and I'm prepping a tooth, that assistant, the second one, has significant time available to her. So when Joyce talks about that this camera is a platform, it's a framework that will bring the rest of the team in, I think instead of the assistant waiting around or sterilizing or running around and talking to each other, we'll be able to create value roles and be able to do things in their natural downtime. So it's not just a delegation. I want to love what I do, and it's not, let me get it done, let me run, let me get it done, let me run. That's not what we want to do. We want to use the natural. I have a second operatory. There's a patient there. I'm with this patient. What's happening down here? Sure. How can I maximize the opportunities that I naturally have in my practice?
Fantastic.
Beautiful. Well, I'm honored to be among this esteemed group, and thank you so very much.
No, Gail,
Pleasure.
thank you.
Gail,
thank you.
My pleasure.
Our viewers who are watching live appreciate it, and we
And
look forward.
You should have been here. So it's
And we
amazing.
look forward to what you're going to say in Dental Product Shopper, both
Terrific.
online and in print.
Right.
It'll be
and 2 more
fabulous.
days to go.
2 more days. Thank you.
Pace yourselves. We're here.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.